During his years with Honda, Marc Marquez was known as one of the MotoGP riders who crashed the most. Because of that, haters labeled him Marc the King of Crash. Even so, Marc still proved he could win world championships in MotoGP. As the King of Crash, Marc Marquez must be supported by top-level racing gear from head to toe. If that protection fails, the risk of serious injury is real, and the reputation of the sponsor brands could fall just as hard. Remember the Coca-Cola story? Something very similar. Marc does not buy his own helmets, racing suits, gloves, or boots. The brands pay for it, even now after his move to Ducati. So how much does Marc Marquez's full racing outfit actually cost, and how strong is it when he crashes? Let's break it down. Helmet. The helmet is one of the most vital pieces of riding equipment, especially in MotoGP, where motorcycles can reach speeds of 350 kilometers per hour, and the risk of high-speed crashes is extremely high. Head protection is obviously the top priority. The helmet brand sponsoring Marc Marquez must deliver the highest possible quality product. Marc is a 9-time world champion, and in recent years he has been crashing quite often. If a helmet fails, it does not only endanger the rider's life, but also puts the company's reputation on the line. On the bright side, they do get a very professional real-world test rider. Marc Marquez is supported by a Japanese helmet brand, Shoei, with their premium product, the Shoei X15. According to RoadRacingWorld.com, Marc Marquez reportedly receives a contract worth around $738,000 per season. That value does not include technical maintenance staff and the 15 helmets provided by Shoei each season, and considering Marc's current situation, that number could easily increase. The Shoei X15 uses multi-ply matrix AIM Plus shell technology. In simple terms, the shell consists of 6 layers of composite materials, including carbon fiber and fiberglass. It also features EQRS, the Emergency Quick Release System, which allows the lower padding to be removed quickly in emergency situations. Honestly, Marc probably needs that feature more than anyone. To meet FIM homologation requirements, MotoGP helmets are designed to prevent visor fogging. They also feature larger ventilation systems for increased airflow, and the total weight must not exceed 1.5 kilograms, making them extremely lightweight. It is also stated that every helmet used by MotoGP riders is fully custom-made, tailored to the rider's personal requests. In fact, it can even change from race to race. A helmet can only be used in MotoGP if it meets FIM homologation standards. The estimated cost for homologation certification and production per helmet ranges from $2,700 to $12,000. So, for one full racing season, Shoei could easily provide Shoei X15 MotoGP homologated helmets worth at least $180,000 just to support Marc Marquez. However, the Shoei X15 sold to the public, even though it has a design identical to Marc's helmet, does not meet FIM homologation standards. That is why it can be sold at a much lower price, starting at around $1,149. So, are you interested in the Shoei X15? What are you still thinking about? This helmet has been proven at the highest level. Racing suit. According to reliable sources, MotoGP racing suits must be made of leather or materials with strength equivalent to leather. They are also required to include an airbag system that helps reduce impact forces during an accident. The airbag system has been mandatory in MotoGP since 2018, although it was already used as early as 2007 by major competitor brands like Dainese. Alpinestars, the famous Italian brand and the official racing gear supplier for Marc Marquez, produces his racing suits using kangaroo leather. This material offers better flexibility and strength compared to standard cowhide leather. At every race weekend, Alpinestars must prepare at least 4 racing suits to anticipate damage during free practice, qualifying, and race day. Looking at Marc Marquez's riding style, Alpinestars might need even more stock. Each Alpinestars MotoGP racing suit is made from 13 pieces of kangaroo leather and is hand-stitched over a 7-hour process. Every suit is custom-made based on the rider's requests and riding characteristics on track. Marc Marquez's racing suit is equipped with the Tech Air 10 airbag system, which allows the inflator to deploy in just 0.025 seconds after the rider is thrown from the bike, even before hitting the asphalt, and it remains inflated for at least 5 seconds. It also includes GPS, accelerometer, and gyroscope technology. Despite all this, the racing suit can still be reused immediately because it has more than one inflator. The number of inflators depends on the rider's request. If damage occurs, the suit can be repaired by Alpinestars' technical team inside their paddock truck, which stays at the circuit throughout the event. There is no official information regarding Alpinestars' contract value with Marc Marquez, but it is estimated to be around $421,000. Each MotoGP racing suit produced by Alpinestars, with all these technologies included, is estimated to cost around $90,000 per suit, including chest protector, back protector, and knee pad protectors. You can do the math yourself on how many suits Alpinestars must prepare for Marc Marquez throughout the season. So, are you still interested in buying a MotoGP racing suit from Alpinestars? Relax, Alpinestars also produces a mass-production racing suit inspired by Marc's gear, called the Racing Absolute V2 leather suit. The difference is that the Racing Absolute V2 uses cowhide leather and synthetic Flex Plus materials, and of course does not include the Tech Air 10 airbag system. With a much lower level of technology compared to Marc Marquez's racing suit, the Racing Absolute V2 is priced at around $4,100. If you enjoy this kind of content, a like would be appreciated. It helps this video reach other automotive fans and supports the growth of our channel. Gloves. As hand protection, Marc Marquez is also supplied by Alpinestars. Interestingly, Marc actually uses the same Alpinestars glove model that is sold to the public. The mass-production Alpinestars SuperTech gloves already meet MotoGP standards. Gloves must be made of leather, have abrasion-resistant knuckles, protect the wrist and forearm by at least 5 centimeters, protect the palm, and fully protect all fingers. Typically, the pinky finger and ring finger are connected with an additional layer to prevent finger injuries. Teams and riders also demand aerodynamic glove designs to minimize air resistance. The inner side of the fingers is usually made with thinner leather to improve brake lever feel. At each race, Alpinestars prepares 3 sets of gloves per rider, including Marc Marquez. The market price of Alpinestars SuperTech gloves is around $430. However, the gloves used by Marc Marquez are custom-made using different materials than the mass production version. It is safe to assume the production cost could be double, around $860 per set. Over a full season, that means Alpinestars prepares 60 sets of gloves worth approximately $51,000. Cheap, right?
Marc. He was almost. Oh, he's crashed. He has gone down. Marc Marquez with a big one. He goes all the way to the.
Racing boots. MotoGP regulations for racing boots are not as strict as those for helmets and racing suits. In general, MotoGP boots must be made of leather and be 3 times more abrasion-resistant than glove leather. They must also protect the shin and ankle areas. Marc Marquez's racing boots are also produced by Alpinestars as part of the same sponsorship package. Interestingly, the boots Marc uses are sold to the public with identical technology. The Alpinestars SuperTech bar is sold for around $550, including the inner shoe, which is incredibly affordable considering it is the same model Marc Marquez uses. The difference is that Marc's SuperTech R boots are custom-made. Some parts are modified, such as material quality, sole stiffness, and reinforced toe protection. Because they are custom-built and exclusive, the estimated cost per unit could reach around $1,100. Alpinestars provides at least 3 pairs of boots for Marc Marquez at each race. That means 60 pairs per season, equivalent to around $66,000, assuming all of them are used. Hopefully, Marc does not miss too many races again. Now, let's calculate the total racing outfit attached to Marc Marquez's body over one full season. Helmet package, $180,000 per season. Racing suit package, $7,200,000 per season, if all suits are used. Glove package, $51,000 per season. Boot package, $66,000 per season. Shoei contract, $738,000 per season. Alpinestars contract, $421,000 per season. Total value, $8,656,000. To support Marc Marquez for one full MotoGP season, in terms of racing gear alone, it would cost approximately $8,656,000. Amazing, right? That amount of money is equivalent to around 320 units of the Ducati Panigale V4 or a single Bugatti 110. Of course, that value only applies if Marc Marquez actually uses every single piece of racing gear prepared for him. In reality, that has never truly happened throughout his career, because Marc doesn't crash in every race, right? Still, despite crashing countless times and suffering only 2 major arm injuries, neither of which was caused by his racing suit, and with no serious failures from his racing equipment, Marquez has proven the quality of every brand that has sponsored his racing gear throughout his career. With a total value of $8,656,000, Marc Marquez has effectively become a successful real-world test rider. That is an incredible return for Shoei and Alpinestars. What do you think? Write your thoughts in the comments section. See you in the next video.
Oh, Marc Marquez has crashed. Marc Marquez has crashed out of the chicane. At the moment, he's been pushed down to 4th place off the front row as it stands right now for just the 3rd time so far in 2025.